Looking at these three candidates you see right now, please, honestly speaking, none of them is without a skeleton in their cupboard. Nigerians, why is it that we like propaganda like this? We too like propaganda. Okay, so my attention has been drawn to this particular person you see on your screen right now. His name is Ile Achimugu.
Wool up, nigga. Wool up, wool up, wool up. Just wool up.
Actually, his real name is Ile Achimugu. If you look at those pictures right there, it's the same person. He used to be a Facebook celebrity some years back 2017. He looks right now, he's changed, he's grown beard, he's got some white beard and all that. So we're going to be discussing about him and his exposition of his former principal, Atiku Abubakar. And maybe we expect that right now he's come to speak. People like Reno or Mockery, who has spent his time mocking Peter Obi almost all of his social media life. I think he should come out and speak about this as well, because what this person has released about Atiku Abubakar, which you will also hear on my platform here, is very indicting. But there is more to this conversation. So, if you only like listening to issues about church,
that man you want to vote for, may your children have his character in Jesus' name.
So if you are in for the conversation, see you after the brief intro. In-depth analysis based on recent occurrences and some other past events that has a connection to what we are looking at today in this video. Now let me tell all members of the community, you that is a Christian, you that is a believer, you that is in that part of that ministry, what do you think? You that is a follower, what do you think? That's why welcome. Welcome to the space. My name is George. If you are meeting me for the first time, let others tell you what we do on this platform. So let me go straight to the point. He calls himself Lion of Jada on Twitter. So let me give you a little bit of background according to what he says he is. He says he's a YouTuber, ex-media consultant too. When you are trying to give your CV like this, you start from your most recent job position. So he's the ex-media consultant, so Magulu, who was trying to become president, and also ex-director of media at Atiku Support Organization. Note Atiku Support Organization. So just more of like one branch of his support organization. Note that. And also ex-media strategist for 𝐻𝐻𝑚 Atiku, produced the stripper. I don't know what the stripper is, you can tell me. But that stripper there, the But moving on right here. So understanding his track record, as at April 2022, all right, he made this announcement on Twitter where he talked about his departure as Atiku's aide, and he said this: a few weeks ago I announced my departure from the Atiku Abubakar structure. So he was part of Atiku Abubakar's campaign structure back when Atiku wanted to become president in 2019. I served there with unraveled commitment. Are you serious? Wait to 𝐻𝐻𝑚 Achimugu, 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 right now. So if you serve with commitment then and loyalty and success, what is happening right now? We are going to discuss that. 2 weeks ago, my professional career led me to a new dawn. An offer was made and I accepted. Now I work with Magulu. So you can see his track record. Magulu, I hope if you are watching me, Oga Magulu, and this person now, I hope he doesn't have recordings of you or have some things against to indict you, because this looks like blackmail, I would say, but we will be sure of that as we go on. This looks very weird of him, I would say. So understanding this, clearly I had to do my background check on him again. Indeed, he did work with the person of Atiku. Right now, the picture you see on your screen is him and Atiku Abubakar. When Atiku Abubakar took his grandchildren for an excursion, and you could see him right there wearing his t-shirt branded Atiku, and he's right there with him. This is a picture on Twitter, And you could see what the person that was talking about that situation wrote about his person and Atiku. So this is from way back. Indeed, we can establish one fact, that this is someone that worked closely with Atiku. All right, he's tried to prove that himself. But we are looking at what he has released right now. Also, looking at his personality, someone would ask in the comment right now, so why did he record Atiku? His Excellency Atiku Abubakar is someone that when it comes to corruption is very synonymous to his person. Sadly, he wants to become Nigeria's next president. Looking at these three candidates you see right now, please, honestly speaking, none of them is without a skeleton in their cupboard. Even Peter Obi, yes, even though I'm Peter Obi's supporter, I'm obedient. But there's a defect in all of them. The Balablu, Bulubu, Bulaba, you know his own with the drug allegations and all that. We don't even want to go there. Then how he owns Lagos and the whole shenanigan stuff about his person. There are a lot of news about him, you know. Atiku himself being with 𝐻𝐸𝐴 𝐵G, even this particular audio which I'm going to play for you right now, for those who have not heard it, it also gets to indict his former principal 𝐻𝐸𝐴 𝐵G, who has endorsed Peter Obi right now. Hallelujah. And also we have our dear Peter Obi. So let's listen to the audio first.
Excellency, sir.
Yeah, Mike.
Yes, sir.
How can you ask me what is STV?
I don't know what STV is, sir, and I need to be sure before I start arguing with these people.
STV is a special purpose vehicle. In other words, is a company they incorporate to carry out certain, activities.
Okay, sir.
You see, what happened was when we came into, the office, and I advised the president against, open corruption.
Yes, sir.
I told him, I said, give me 3 people you trust.
Yes, sir.
And I will prepare 3 companies for which they will be the subscribers, or rather the directors.
Okay, sir.
So that, if there is any contract that we give, they will act like consultants,
yes.
and then they are given a fee.
Yes,
and
sir.
that fee is what we now use, to fund the party instead of, engaging open. So he gave me the names of 𝐻𝐸𝐴, Andy Uba, and the late, this guy, from Borno State, who died in that plane crash. Trying to, 3 of them.
Okay, sir.
So I now incorporated companies and I put them as subscribers.
Yes, sir.
And one of the companies was Marine Floats.
Yes, sir.
So when this governor sent a donation to the party, now he sent it to Marine Floats. So
Okay.
it was paid into Marine Float.
Yes, sir.
And one of the subscribers of Marine Float was 𝐻𝐵𝐻. That account was very, very well investigated by EFCC to see whether, there was any vision. They found out that there was nothing.
Yes, sir.
So that was where the 100 million went to. It did not go to Atiku Abubakar. It went to Marine Float. And Marine Float was an SPV, special purpose vehicle, created, as a consulting company. So
okay, sir.
that was the way I handled it.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So that was what I briefly tried to explain to you. Look, no money was given to Atiku Abubakar.
it's okay. These people, as the time draws closer, they keep coming up with a lot of issues, and one needs to be able to have a few facts to be countering them immediately. Yes, sir. No problem, sir. I will tackle him later tonight.
So, they should go and check. The money was not paid to Atiku Abubakar. The money was paid to a company called Marine Float.
Marine Float, yes, sir.
Yes, which and Marine Float was one of those 3 companies,
Yes, sir.
So,
he did state categorically that you own Marine Float.
There is no way I can own marine flows. Let them go and check the certificate of incorporation or articles of association to find out whether I own marine flows.
Okay, sir. That's all. That's all. No problem, sir. Thank you so much, Daddy. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so you listen to that. Last time I proved to you people that the audio recording that was circulating about 𝐲𝐶 was not his voice. He was not the person in that audio. Many people were like, hey, you are ABC, this and this. Why is it that many of you that follow my person or many Nigerians are just so propagandized that they just cannot face facts and keep their sentiments at home? Okay, you are at home. Keep your sentiments outside your home.
We can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful, again, a town hall, different from Blue.
But clearly that was not 𝐲𝐶. But this one now, I say it clearly. This is the voice of Atiku Abubakar. You can hear his voice patterns, even how he talks naturally, normally. You know. So if you had not watched my video before about the audio that was circulating and was claiming that 𝐲𝐶 was the one talking and with the whole idea of Boko Haram and all that, check the pinned comments. Some of you might have missed it. I did that months ago, if you are watching me on YouTube anyway. But to the main point of what we are talking about right now. There is something you have to understand about this thing now. Ile Achimugu, in the past, used to be a Facebook celebrity, very popular, known for his philanthropic activities and, and all that, just like we have many of them now. Me, I'm not a celebrity, I beg. I'm just an analyst, all right? So, but he later got to delete his Facebook account that had a lot of following after an incident happened around 2017 where he was exposed by this policeman. He's still around right now. This man is here on the screen. When it came to his activities and extortion and all that. All right, so you could see the post right here. You can pause the video and read this post if you are interested. I don't want to talk too much. So you could see his track record coming from where he's coming from. They actually went to court and all that. I can leave the link to what the proceedings and all. So Ile Achimugu resurfacing right now, even though he's been in the media space for a while. I saw him recently on a news channel and talking about this right now about Atiku. What would be his game plan? Why didn't he speak like this when he was campaigning with Atiku to become the president back in 2019? Like I read for you in the tweet right now, it was in 2022 that he left being Atiku's media aide. That means so long as you are benefiting from where it is you are chopping from, you will keep quiet and remain corrupt. If he was being patriotic as he's claiming right now, if he's being patriotic right now, why wasn't he so when he was part of the structure? So now he has left the structure, he feels he can expose where he was before. Think about that for a moment. Let that sink to your brain. Because the reason why I'm saying this right now is for you to understand that if you are a public figure or anyone or you is in public office or something, it is during election that you will know that your mother was a prostitute. As in, what I'm trying to say with this is during situations like this that you see all forms of news coming out from nowhere about people and you'll be wondering, so these things happen. But for a fact, Atiku's situation is a fact. When it comes to him and corruption charges, it's synonymous. That is why Blue will say
states in Akure yesterday, and I think it looks like all the candidates are now going for each other's jugular, reject Mr. Privatize and Mr. Stingy. And I think that will be at some point also said, don't vote anybody that is not physically and mentally fit. Yeah. Who could he be referring to? So different vibes that are not really
Kwankwaso also said the same thing as well about someone being...
He did something. I think his own was even more costly.
It was. He said something about
bedwetting.
Bedwet, yes. What could that be?
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I thought that was quite...
Dr. Kwankwaso to be that...
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know if you understand. And Tinubu himself, of course, you know Jagaban now. You know Jagaban now. You know the news about him. You understand? Even recently, 𝐶𝐶𝚘𝚘𝚘 was even saying that Jagaban is even more healthy than him. I was like, So even the 𝐶𝐶𝚘𝚘𝚘 we are talking about, he's saying that he's got diabetes and all, that Jagaban is more healthy and strong than him. So all of you that are saying that Balablu is not healthy and he's not fit, his vice aspiring is saying that he's even more healthy than him. What a wow. What a wow. But of course, you know what that means now. Just never outshine your master. Rule number 1, 48 laws of power. You know the thing now, but let us go on. So looking at this particular person right now and him coming out to speak about Atiku. Number 1, he said here on his account he's a YouTuber. So of course he's building a platform. Many of you are watching him. Of course, very soon he's going to get monetized and he will start making money from whatever evidence he thinks he has gotten from Atiku, which are facts. But the thing right now is that even though what he's saying is very good for you, the electorate, for me, the electorate, to decide who we are voting.
That man you want to vote for, may your children have his character in Jesus' name.
A good turn, they say, deserves another. If the Atiku becomes the president, you see that I was talking about there? It might be a luta continua, where it continues. And because right now, he is the president, so can EFCC go and investigate the president? Is that possible? So while you are thinking of voting, think well, looking at this pattern. You know, like if you have watched me over time, patterns do not lie. Patterns do not lie. Those who have watched me over time, you know already that. All right? So, looking at this context right now, for someone like Peter Obi, come on. Our friend right here, Asai Kubo, have dragged him every day. He's dragging Peter Obi. He's even saying that Peter Obi himself is a drug lord himself and all that on social media. Last time he was even holding a gun live.
Now look at you people in Igbo land. Look at how you are dying. Woto. You are talking. You will do video to sell that Elijah has run away. You don't see me? I don't run. Hey! Leave me alone. You don't see me? I don't run. On our head, no correct. On our head, no correct. The bill is on and they look for who go finish on.
So Nigeria itself, the structure of Nigeria, the way it is right now, I don't understand. When I look at social media, the same way you look at things that happen on social media, I'm like, things are happening in this Nigeria. News I see. Look at right now, we have been talking about oil theft in Nigeria by Nigerians. You think that this oil theft that has been happening is from Jupiter or people that are coming from Mars? It is done by Nigerians in Nigeria. But what you have to understand is that what is happening is eating deep. It's deep. See, the average Nigerian might be complaining today because they don't just have the opportunity to also thief their own or even be corrupt themselves. I'm telling you. Because some of you watching me now, if you got the chance to be there as well, oh God, you go thief, pass waiting. But if you look at that conversation very well, you see how corruption is very much normalized. And that's why Peter Obi would always say that one problem we have in Nigeria is a corruption index in the country. Stealing Nigeria's money and using it to control the masses. I chop, you chop. So when you heard Balablu saying that Peter Obi would rather save money and watch you die and then than for him to spend, is it better for people in power to be spending anyhow and dashing monies to their friends and this and that? Or is it better for the monies to be properly economically managed for a better tomorrow? Would you go for a bulaba, or would you go for a sound mind that knows exactly what he wants to do? Peter Obi. I hope to see what you say in the comments. But as for this man that calls himself Ile Achimugu, if you like, release 100 series. First of all, mainstream media may not even carry this, because whether you like it or not, most of these politicians control some mainstream media. It's only on blogs like this that you might get to see this conversation. Your personality yourself is very, very questionable, I would say. But this also for you as well, some of you to be careful, because now person where they close to you and then go hurt you pass. When he was there, and if I'm to throw a defense for him, maybe he was recording Atiku just for him to get a clear understanding of the issue, so he can know better how to help defend his principle based on the conversations that were going on around him, not because he really wanted to use it. But if he's using it right now for what he's using it for, what is the purpose? That he loves Nigeria so much. He loved Nigeria so much that you were working with the same person knowing this, and you wanted the person to become president in 2019. So if he was president right now, would he come out and do what he's doing right now? One they think now. So where would this be coming from? So number one, either he's doing this for his own attention. Remember, I always tell you people, attention is currency. So either he's doing this for his own attention to get currency, or he's doing this already sponsored by some people that want to damage Atiku's reputation, which is already damaged. All of them don't have good reputation, whether I like it or not. It's just that you just go for the lesser devil. I have to be very plain with you.